Hey everybody, how's it going? Let's talk about Hollywood today for a little bit. Has anybody else noticed since this P. Diddy thing exploded, all bets are off. The rats are jumping ship. They're scraping to stay afloat, to cover themselves, to protect their careers, just protect themselves from going to jail, whatever it is. I mean, few people out there. I mean, from what is being said, that's some pretty heavy stuff. Some big names are being mentioned. I believe it's true, to be honest with you, because he knew if he was going down, he wasn't going down alone because he's not the only one involved in this stuff. So, all jokes aside with the baby oil and all that other nonsense, he's got something on somebody. I mean, he's got pictures of, they're not going to come out with the pictures. I can guarantee that. He'll be Epstein before that stuff happens. God knows who else he's got. But I mean, you see bits and pieces of stuff coming out, like with Justin Bieber giving some oral to Odell Beckham in a nightclub. To somebody, I'm gonna guess it was Diddy that was doing it because you can't see the back, but somebody was plowing Beyonce from the back, got her eyeballs all rolling up in her head and shit. But that's just some of the stuff that's coming out. But I put out a list of people's names that were out, that came out, that he put out. So let's see what happens. I mean, I don't think. To me, the reason I think everybody's scrambled because if it wasn't true, these big times names, don't you think they'd be on the phone with their attorneys and doing defamation of character suits and stuff like that? I mean, he's trying to drag them down with him. But my thing is it beyond pedophilia? I mean, it's homosexuality or bisexuality or whatever it was, open, but he was getting sex for favors, sex for chances of getting into the big leagues. So, are we talking prostitution, pedophilia, prostitution of of a minor? There's so many different things that are coming out. It's hard to keep track of. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. You just gotta put all the pieces together. And I think once all the pieces come together, I think that's when this stuff is really gonna start happening. So I saw the list. Like I said, I read the list, and there's some people on there that I don't know. I like them. You know what I mean? Now, do I believe this list? Do I believe this guy who's trying to save his own ass? No pun intended. Because he's going to be getting it in the ass. You know that. But what is it? Do we believe him or do we not believe him? Do we have to wait till they come forward? So far I've only seen just Bieber coming. Sorry. Freudian slip. Bieber just coming out and saying that this happened, and and it's in his song or something. How he survived the Diddy party, but Diddy seems to be proud of all these parties that he's thrown, and there were some big time names there. Sharing in with the GOAT. Now, was it all male and female? I mean, if I'm not mistaken, the year that supposedly it would have been Beyonce would have been a minor. So is her old man a pimp? Because it's not the first time someone said that he pimped her out. So what is it? I mean, Weinstein and Oprah Winfrey are like the Hollywood Madam and Pimp. They got it all around. So Diddy was pretty close to Oprah. So, I mean, which way did it go? I mean, there was a few people that said no, and their careers didn't do very well, I guess, because they said no. So, what's going to be the real deal? What are we going to see? we need to figure it out because this is getting too much. I mean, Epstein, Weinstein, Oprah, Diddy. You got Travolta supposed to came out of the closet. I mean, everybody's coming out of the closet now. Is it like, I mean, you had a national champion that went from being a track star to a drag star. I mean, what's that all about? Why does this keep happening? I don't care if he's a conservative right now or whatever the reason is, but he still was a dude and now he's a chick, and like this whole thing just is confusing as shit. Because if I'm a male, I like women. I'm heterosexual. But if I was a man who wanted to be a woman and I was interested in women, then I'm a lesbian, I'm gay. You can't say I'm not gay if you're changing your sex to be someone else, but you still like the sex that you're changing them to be. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. It's like a girl becoming a guy but doesn't want a girl, wants a guy. It's like, it's really baffling. And this bullshit with the talking about, like, I heard the other day, well, it's not the first time, I just kind of ignore it, stuff like that, that they're saying that transgender males can have children. No, stop that bullshit. They can't have children. They don't have the organs to have a child. You can do all the changing of section line, lop it off, tuck it in, make it a hole. Doesn't make you a female. So you're not getting pregnant. You just don't have the body parts for it. So those idiots out there that are saying you can get pregnant, that's bullshit. Now, if there's a female who turns into a male and still had her vagina and ovaries and all that stuff, and she gets knocked up, then yeah, she's having a baby. But it's not a man having a baby, it's still a female having a baby. Two sexes, male, female. That's it. Two genders, male, female. That is it. There's no multiple genders. There's none of this bullshit. You're either a male or a female. No. I want everybody to understand this. I have some friends that are gay. I don't really care. It doesn't faze me. But when if you're gonna start with that crap, then I can't. That's bullshit. At least be right about it. I mean, I don't care. You want to be a man, you're a man. You want to be a woman, you're a woman. But don't come up to me and say I'm a guy and I can have a baby. No, you can't. Unless you're a female and you became a guy, then, and you still had all the parts for female, yeah. Other than that, the answer is no. And I'm not here to judge anybody. That's God's job. God will judge, it says in the Bible, but again, that's still not my job. It's hard to say, you know what I mean? It's like, I just want people to be real. I mean, if you want to be that way, be that way. Just be real about it. Don't try to push it down anybody else's throat. Leave my little grandkids alone. Leave my little great-grandkid alone. They're not old enough to understand. They're not even old enough to know that they can't pee in their pants. Never mind turn around they want to have a vagina or a penis. It's like, and you wacko people that are parents that are turning around and making your kids have these hormone shots and gender change stuff, that's on you. That's not on them. You're forcing them to do stuff that they shouldn't do. Now, how many people, go back and look it up, because I did, and I'm not going to tell you what I found, because you're going to say I'm kind of like biased, but I'm not. Multiple suicides over this gender stuff, because they thought one thing, they were talked into it, did it, then they regret it. Now they can't change it back. Now they're killing themselves because they don't want to be that way. How do you say this in all kinds? I mean, are you really a homosexual or bisexual or transsexual or whatever? Or is it just a phase? Because it seems to me like it used to be like 1 in 1,000 somebody was homosexual. Now it's like 1 in 5. So what's going on? I mean, things could have changed. So, and not like I said, not that I got anything against, the LGBTQ. I just don't want it shoved down our throats. I don't want it to turn around, come into my family's living space and say that I have to allow my children to do this stuff. No, I don't. Or my grandkids. No, I don't. That's not the way it works. You want to guilt somebody into doing something, that doesn't make you a better person. That makes you more evil than me trying to defend that, because you don't like the fact that I'm going to defend it, but you're going to try to push it, and then I'm the one that's going to be arrested for it because I'm wrong for defending my family against this stuff. You can see I'm confused because I'm kind of like all over the place with stuff, but I don't understand it. I mean, it's like, well, I understand it. I just can't comprehend the fact that I have to be made to change. Just like the fact that, like, we live in America. Why do you have to dial 1 for English? Come on, stop it. You're in America. You don't go to a foreign country and dial 1 for English or dial 2 for Hispanic. Dial 2 for Spanish. It doesn't happen. Dial 2 for German, dial 2 for Italian. It doesn't happen. Most of the time, you go into a foreign country, you need to know their culture, you need to know their language. We try to make everybody feel comfortable, but we go overboard. Now you're sucking ass because we shouldn't have to change. Like, you shouldn't come to our country and expect to have a driver's test in your language. If that's going to be the case, then go back to where you came from and take your driver's test back home. You should be American, you should be doing it in English. That's the whole idea of it. As far as the illegals crossing the border goes, I'm going to say something to you. You're not going to like it, and I don't really care. These people that are crossing the border illegal are not asylum seekers. They are trespassers. They don't want to be here to help us. They want to be here for free stuff. You want to be an asylum seeker? Go to the port of entry, do it the right way. That's all I'm going to say to you. If you want to come here for freedom, to improve yourself, great. My ancestors did it. I know a lot of people's ancestors did it. That's not the problem. The problem is you're coming across the border, you're paying coyotes, you're smuggling in drugs. A lot of them coming across the border are violent people. It's a fact. Castro did the same thing when he did the Mariel boat lift. He emptied his prisons, put all the mentally ill, the criminals, and all the other stuff on these boats and sent them here. And he mixed them in with some people that were good people. So it really got screwed up because now you have to weed through who's good, who's bad. So, but now it's the same thing. And this administration thinks we're stupid because they don't think we're going to look at this and think about this. History repeats itself, and that's what they're doing. They're repeating itself, and the playbook has already been written. And they're too dumb to even try to change the playbook and make it look like it's not done. Just go back, look at history. Napoleon, Bonaparte, Adolf Hitler, Mussolini. Everybody that tried to do something like this that actually became successful took away your freedom of speech, took away the right to protect yourselves. Starting to sound familiar. They started taking stuff from you. They started making it so you couldn't eat. You had no water, you had no gasoline, you had nothing. They controlled everything. This is what's happening right now. Don't be foolish, don't fall for it. But I don't want to get too far off being dragged, but just I'm letting you know this is what's going on. This is from everywhere from homosexuality to Kamala Harris. We'll go over and over this. I can't wait to be able to go live. I still need more subscribers. Get me out there, please. I appreciate it. Hit the like button, subscribe. Peace out. Love you.